Good evening. It's in the middle of the night, and I was looking at notifications, and I see a couple people are asking how I'm doing. Well, I think the last video I might have put out was in November, maybe a little after. I had started chemo, and chemo has been really rough. It's been very, very hard on me, and then I got my sister, who doesn't understand the transmission in germs. Her boyfriend kept saying to me, "Oh, he's got allergies. He can't breathe. He can't. He's coughing, phlegm, phlegm, phlegm." Well, right after I started chemo, of course, I came down with it. And because I'm on chemo, it turned into bronchial pneumonia, which went from November to the beginning of February. I was just sick. I couldn't breathe. I was sure I was going to die. Just terrible. So, I'm getting a PET scan on February 15th. We'll see how this chemo has done. And all I keep hearing from all the doctors is you're terminally ill, you're gonna die, this is gonna kill you. And what can I do? I can't do a damn thing about it. I know that. So, I keep trudging along. I try to continue on my dreams. I try to be a human being. I try to think about things like what is my legacy? What is this? What is this life? What's this life all about? What does this life mean? What was my purpose here? Was it unfulfilled, unaccomplished? I did a lot of things. I was raised in a very dysfunctional family. And, you read all these statistics and odds about, these kids grow up to be wackos and psychos. A lot of things that I went through and God must have given me the strength to be a fighter. Because I fought, and made my way. And when somebody told me I couldn't do something, I certainly did it. I was a rebellious teen and stuff, but I overcame a horrific accident in 1977. I said I should have never lived. My boyfriend was killed in the accident. And they were like, "You'll never walk again." And the nurses that took care of me were just so fantastic, such great individuals, that I vowed when I got well enough I would become a nurse. So I was 19 when this all happened. So I set upon a goal and I reached it. I became a registered nurse, got my BSN, and became a nurse and worked as a nurse for many years, taking care of the sick, the dying, did a lot of comfort measures, end of life issues. Kind of all practice for what I'm heading for. But of course, we all have a fantasy in our head of how things are going to go. Well, my main support people, my sister was, "You can't give up 5 minutes before the miracle. Take the chemo." Because I'm looking at quantity versus quality. And I've been really sick. I haven't left the house. I have no energy. I'm deconditioned. When I had this bronchial pneumonia stuff, they sent in the visiting nurses, sent in the troops because I really could not breathe. I was very, very sick. Nebulizers, puffers, antibiotics, and I started using neti pot, and just everything went crazy. So I went to chemo this week, and I told them the I can never say it. Capecitabine, which is the oral chemotherapy, is making me really, really sick. It's really ripping my stomach up, giving me all kinds of severe heartburn, gastrointestinal problems. Need I go any farther? Bathroom problems, everything. So I just said to him, so he said, just take the Avastin. Avastin is a monoclonal. A monoclonal kind of prohibits the blood flow to the tumor. And I think it kind of works with the immune system. But at today's conversation, we did talk about some of those new drugs you see advertised on TV. Live a year longer with no chemo, Octivo. They use it for lung cancer. Now there's a new one out for non-Hodgkin's, which is, primarily a lymph node type cancer. And because I have carcinoma unknown origin, it's my lymph nodes that seem to be like right now. I had the first bout was lymph nodes around my heart that enlarged and grew and grew and grew, which we were able to eradicate with the first round of horrible chemo, which was Lavorin, oxyplatin, Avastin, and one other drug. I can't remember the name of it, but I was so sick. And my hair is finally starting to look almost normal again. Of course, while I was short and stuff, I did all this crazy stuff, dyed it, it was my one opportunity in life to really mess with my hair. That was horrible. That was 9 months of hell. It affected my nerves. The oxyplatin gave you cold neuropathy, which, of course, it was in the middle of winter when I was taking my chemo. I had to literally be carried into the house because as soon as I stepped out of the warm car, all my nerves running in my legs would lock up. I had like foot drop and my knees wouldn't work. I mean, I literally could not work. I was like paralyzed. It was terrible. Now, the Avastin that I'm on, I believe, causes like toe and fingertip neuropathy, tingling. And it also, because of the dehydration or something, all the cuticles and around my hands just crack and get these big sores, and the whole bottom of my feet are like that too. And lotion, lotion, lotion. One of my big problems is I just can't drink enough because I have terrible acid reflux, and drinking a ton of water on top of that is like adding gasoline to a fire. It really is. So last week I went in and they like just pumped me full of fluids. I was so dehydrated, and after a day of rest, I felt like $1,000,000. I wanted to go do everything. Well, that lasted for that day. The next day, I spent all day in bed. It's very frustrating. Financially, it's very hard. I'm living on a shoestring. I'm barely surviving, keeping everything going. I've got 5 animals to take care of. Myself, I have, I've had not been able to. I used to like to go shopping and shop online and buy nice things. I don't mean spend a lot of money. I just mean get things. Like I want a new bedspread. It costs, $149. Right now I can't afford that. I really want it for the spring for my bedroom. See the nice blue colored walls I have? Well, it's kind of that color blue and it's patchwork quilt. And it's very pretty. I think it would make my room very cheerful. I would like to get that. And then I have a dream of getting my formal living room done because this house is not done. I haven't got to be able or the strength to finish it. I have curtains to go up in the upstairs bedroom. I have beds to be made with new linens, and this has been going on for almost 2 years now. It's ridiculous. You gotta pick and choose your battles, Last summer I wanted a garden, so that's where all my energy went. I hired a guy to come in and start the curtains, and in the master bedroom, which is beautiful, it has a fireplace. Beautiful, beautiful gray color with bright white trim. Redid the bathroom with slate floor. It could look better. A little shoddy paint job in the bathroom, but we'll work on that a little bit. I mean, just some spots that I'm not happy with. I need a little cord around to go down on the floor. And so I had a guy come and started hanging the curtains. Hung 1, 2, 3, which were normal hanging. The fourth window is a normal window, but it abuts right up against a built-in closet. Well, that stopped him dead in his tracks. He couldn't figure out how to hang it, And I said, well, hang one bracket like a regular curtain rod, and then get a double-sided screw, because in the end of the curtain rods, they're knobs that are screw in. I said, if you get a 2-sided screw, you can screw the screws into the wall, screw the rod directly into the closet wall there, and then have one bracket, and the curtains go all the way over and touch the closet. So, no knob on the end of that rod. But the other end of the rod looks normal with the bracket and the nice brass glass balls on it. So I have 2 windows to get done still up there. And then I need somebody to help me make the big bed up there. I've got beautiful linens and everything for it, and I'm really excited. I want to get it done. but I don't get it done because I don't have the energy. The biggest thing is this stuff has robbed the energy. My energy is gone. I struggle every day to do things, you know. The visiting nurses are like, oh, well, here's the name of somebody you can hire to clean your house. Somebody's gonna come in and clean my house? I doubt it. I've always cleaned, I've always been neat. Maybe my house isn't as neat, but I ticker through once a week and try to get my laundry done, sweep the floor, mop the floors, do the bathrooms. It's a big house, you know. It's just hard, but I have no money to pay a housekeeper. And I don't know if I would want a housekeeper in my house. I don't like strangers in my home, you know. Yeah, I've done a lot of thinking, you know. Maybe in my own mind, I had this idea of not a glamorous death, but I'll die at home. I'm not going to a nursing home no matter how sick I get. But I really thought I had a couple of dependable people. My sister was all gung-ho when I started. I hardly see her now, you know. Shows up, takes garbage out, spends 40 minutes in the morning. That's my allotted time. And then the other 23 hours a day, I'm alone. Then my other friend, my dear friend, had to have a neck fusion. And I've tried to go over and see her, but I've been really, really sick. It's really hard for me to get out of the house. I dearly pay for it when I go out. Now, today I went to chemo, got my chemo and everything. The Avastin, you know, makes you feel a little crappy, but not too bad. But from the walking and everything, I'm so deconditioned. My legs hurt tonight. I can't sleep. I'm sitting here awake at 3 o'clock in the morning going, cuckoo. But, you know, what do? You just keep living. And I want to keep living. And I asked the doctor again today. It's like it's terminal cancer, Tracy. We're not going to be able to cure this. And I kind of know it, and I get a little teary-eyed, you know, and then I get back on the conversation. So, you know, of course, I saw something on the internet about some berry or fruit in the UK, Australia, that they're extracting something out of it and injecting it directly into tumors, and it destroys them starts the destruction process within 24 hours, and then within 72 hours, it usually shrivels up the tumors. And I said, you know, can you get that in America? Can you get it over here? Can we use it as compassionate drug therapy? In other words, you know, this big tumor in my chest, God knows how big it is now. Maybe the Avastin has shrunk it some. But I'd be willing for them to take a needle and stick it in my chest and hit that tumor and see if we can dissolve it, you know. I really would. At this point, what do I have to lose? I don't know how I look. I think I look tired. I look puffy. And I think I look maybe a little sallow, a little yellowish around the eyes. I don't know. No, I'm definitely tired. Oh, and I had 2 really bad falls. A little weak. And my dogs, you know, I have an old dog with diabetes, and she wants to go out and pee all the time. Well, I got up and I went over like a tree, timber, right on the ground. Thank God I got big bones. Fell on my good side. I have a hip replacement. If I would have fell on that, I might have dislocated it. But I fell on my right hip. Banged up my arm. That was okay. Nobody thought much of it. And then I did it again 5 days later, and the visiting nurses came in. They're like, we're ratting you out. The doctor's going to know, you know. And that's when they said, oh, you need fluid, you need this, you need that. So, you know, I don't have a lot of interaction with the doctors, you know. I just want to go have my chemo and getting in there. My biggest problem is loneliness. This thought that I would not die alone, that I would have people with me, you know. But everybody says, oh, you look really good, you're not dying right now. But sometimes I feel like I'm dying. I feel like I'm on death's door. And I would just like that kind hand reaching out to me and sitting with me and me being able to say the final things I want to say, you know. People don't get it. They just went, oh, you're fine, nothing's wrong, don't worry about it, you know. Or my other friends, well, you're not alone, you have God. And I'm very religious, I'm Catholic, I pray all the time. Haven't been getting to church as much, I still try to go when I feel well. And that's fine and good, I know I'm going to God, I'm going to live with my Father. But in the meantime, during the transition, when I'm laying in bed dying, I would like a human being to talk to. I don't want to be here all alone dying. I don't want my poor animals to wake up and find me stiff as a board in bed, you know? I would like some human compassion shown to me as I shown to the people that I cared for as a nurse. There were many times I would say to my boss and say, I'm staying late. This guy's all alone. He's dying. I just really hate to leave him alone. It's horrible that a person can absolutely die all alone, that nobody cares, you know? He just dies and goes into obscurity. Nobody cares. That bothered me the most in life. So I always tried to do that, you know, and I say, what is my legacy in life? Kindness. Try to always be kind. You know, I can be a grump sometimes, but I really do try to be kind. And I'm a good person, and I've helped tons of people in my life. Money doesn't, yes, I like nice things, but money doesn't mean a lot to me. If somebody needs it and I got it, I'll hand it over, and I'll be broke. You know, because the money's nothing, you know. Yes, would I love my house to be finished? Yes. There's a lot of big dreams I have, but unless I win Powerball, and I don't think anybody's going to let me win that, it's never going to happen. I'd like to do a Tesla roof, you know, the new solar roofs. They look just like tiles, so cool, and they have power pack panels. I mean, I love all that stuff, like geothermal heating, you know. I would just be able to love to do all those things in this day and age and, like, be off the grid, have an electric car, have the geothermal heating, use solar to heat the water the rest of the way, solar to run my house, not have to be dependent on these big companies to, you know, take my money and turn my lights off when I don't have any money. Now, drug costs have been another big problem. I had to go through legal aid to get the chemo, the gentle chemo, because they weren't. There was fun at Dartmouth, but they said, "Oh, there's no money available right now. You can't have it." Really, really made me mad. And then I looked up hospice, and hospice. If you read hospice, it's even if you're going through palliative care, we can take you on. Well, I called them, and the woman that runs that hospice is like a beast. She was so rude to me. Oh, you're on chemo? We're not covering any of that. I'm like, I have insurance. I was just looking to see if I could get some help. So I called legal aid, and they have a medical advocacy group, and they worked really hard for me. And I have to give kudos to the University of Vermont Medical School and the hospital up there. They got me the drug for 1 year. And I don't think I'm going to be taking it much longer because it makes me so sick. But it's the fact that somebody got the drug for me to do, you know, because let's face it, you don't have the money in this world, you die, you don't live. You've got to have money, money, money. Makes the world go around. It's terrible. So, what I think about most now is love, kindness, charity. Trying to bring people closer to God. You know, I don't think I'm getting very far with my sister. I do have another friend who's quite nice, you know. We go to different churches, but I could see she's the way I am, you know, if I can help you. And that's really hard on me. I used to help everybody. Now I am the helpless one. Nurses make the worst patients. They really do. You know, it's been really hard, you know. So I'm not, like, dying, but I am dying. And my need for company. I've always been kind of alone and lived alone. I'm okay with that when I'm able to get out and go see the people I want and do what I want. But when you're cloistered into a home and you never get out of it and you hardly see people, you start feeling very desperate, isolated, alone. It's just terrible, you know. I'm taking up crocheting and making quilts and making scarves. You know, that's what my life is reduced to. This life has no resemblance of the life I had a couple of years ago, that's for sure. It's sad. I just saw all this going differently. I try to be positive. I say I'm dying with cancer. And now I say I'm living with cancer, you know. Until the damn stuff takes me, I'm living, I'm living, I'm living. And I still try to reach out. I still try to care about people. I try to give as much as possible of myself, which isn't much anymore. It may be a kind word or a little advice. That's the best I can do lately. Don't ask me to mow your lawn. It's not going to happen. Don't ask me to shovel your snow. You'll find me dead in the driveway. You know, and you know what? I really believe my cats know and my dogs know I'm not well. My little kitty, if I'm having a bad night, she'll come snuggle with me. She hears me restless or crying. She'll come up and snuggle with me and try to take care of me. And then my other cat, I have to give her kudos. None of my dogs, or the two older cats, came when I fell on the floor. It was my newest little stray kitty that came up and started rubbing my face and, hey, Mom, what you doing on the floor? You know, it's cute. And she's going to give me a little encouragement, which helped me to get up off the floor, you know. I don't know, there's like so much I want to say, but it's so hard to say sometimes. You know, most people don't sit here and know that their time is limited, you know. Like they said, it's always good that you don't have a crystal ball, because if you knew when you were going to die, it does make you a little crazy, you know. It does make you a little crazy. But, you know, I just have to keep carrying forward. Carrying forward. Now, through these videos, I was contacted by a show, perhaps, to do this reality show, but I haven't heard back from them. I don't know, they probably took all my wonderful ideas and ran with them, you know? In other words, they're not going to use me, but they like some of the ideas. I said, I don't know. Or maybe they are going to use me. It would be really nice. I would really like to leave a legacy like that. Oops, sorry. Something about me, who I was, what I was. I just won't die into obscurity. I just won't be a little bit of writing on a tombstone, you know? I write a lot of poetry. Who knows? I'll probably get that published after I'm dead. I have a story I've been trying to write for years, but you know what? I'm never going to get it written. I want to write it, but sometimes writing something can be so hard and so personal and take so much out of you. I don't think I have the energy to do it. That's my dream. And what else is on my bucket list? Oh, my beautiful curtains on my... sorry. In my, I have a slate blue, you know, just imagine I have a big colonial house, right? I have a really nice, big, long living room, 17 feet by 13 and a half feet. I have a lot of windows in it, and I have really nice gray shears up right now, and the walls are like a colonial blue, kind of a, not slate blue, it's kind of a colonial blue. It's kind of muted, darker, not dark, but it's hard to describe. And I got this antique rug, which is got like mauve in it, and maybe a pinky color, and then some blacks and blues, and it's really pretty. And out of that, I said, wow, wouldn't it be really nice to have pale, pale pink velvet drapes? I think that would make that room look so rich, so inviting, you know. And I've looked and searched. I ordered one set of curtains. They're absolutely horrible. They're a bubblegum color. And they're like 500 something, way above my budget. But I sent for them, and they're horrendous, so I sent them back. And I got a swatch for another set of curtains. I don't like the material. It's not the velvet I dream of. So I finally found the perfect, it's called Dusty Rose Blush. Beautiful velvet, hang beautifully, but I'm way, way out of my price range. I'm such an idiot. They're like, before they will take 15% off, so I think they come to like $1,200. So I wrote customer service. I said, hi, my name's so-and-so, and I'm dying of terminal cancer. And on my bucket list is a dream of having these beautiful velvet curtains in my room. It would like be fulfilling my bucket list. And it would make me so happy. I have $500. Is there any way you could give me a deep discount? I wasn't even asking for them for free, but so I get a letter back, and the letter says, "Well, the accounts are really secure," and I hadn't put a credit card in. And she was like, "Well, I couldn't go in there," and I was thinking, "Oh, okay, shoot, I'm getting a discount. They're gonna give them to me for 500. Call customer service." Well, I called customer service back. They thought I was a wacko and said, "We'll give you 15% and that's it. We don't do those kind of things. We're not charitable like that." So I said, "Thanks." So I wrote the customer service lady back. I said, "Thank you for embarrassing me so much. I shouldn't have probably asked. It wasn't like I was asking for them for free, that I only had a limited amount of money, but that's okay." So the place is called West Elm or West Elm or West Elm or Elm West. So I put him on the registry there. And, not that anybody will ever know. But, it's one of my dreams. And if I get my taxes back and I have a little bit of money, I'll try to get them. Now I got my escrow money back, and I had all big plans on buying my curtains and getting the Robo 3 kitty litter box. Because on chemo, I'm not supposed to be cleaning cat boxes. And of course, I have two. The Robo Kitty open air 3 box, which looks really good. They've worked on it and got all the kinks out of the first couple they made, but they want $658. That's a lot of money. So I was gonna take some of that money and buy curtains, which I got the 500 and something dollar curtains, which are horrendous. Sent them back. And then I went to get my car inspected. I had that money tucked away, and I said, "Well, I'll save up another 200 and something dollars. I'll get the kitty Robo. At least I'll take care of the litter problem." Went to get my car inspected. What is it? $42, $45. I get a call. He goes, "Well, you need front brakes. Do you want me to inspect the car?" And I go, "What does that mean? I need front brakes. Do you want me to inspect the car? Does that mean you're going to inspect my car, but I need to get my brakes done? Or you're not going to inspect my car until I get the brakes done?" He's like, "Yeah, you can't inspect the car until you get the brakes done." So $400 later, so boom, there goes the curtain money. And then I get a water bill from over the summer. When I got sick in August, somebody came over, watered my garden, and I was sick in bed, having all these problems, and somebody left it running for a month. My water bill was over $600. Just couldn't believe it. And then my insurance came due for my car. So, pretty much that money and all the other money I had went. So I'm back to being penniless and barely feeding my dogs and cats, but that's okay. It doesn't really bother me. But the visiting nurses don't think I'm eating well enough. And so now I have Meals on Wheels coming. Well, that's quite interesting. I had one lunch come. I couldn't really identify what the meat was. Second day was a piece of turkey floating in gravy. Today was macaroni and cheese. I said, "Well, that looks pretty good. I'll eat that." Well, what they do is make a roux. I guess most of you know what a roux is. Flour, butter, milk till it thickens. Well, that's basically what it is. They may add a tiny bit of cheese, but it's mostly flour, water, and butter. It was just tasted like I was eating cooked flour. I didn't even taste any cheese in it. And I'm not complaining, they're free, and I guess I will eat them because I don't eat. I don't eat very much. So every day, knock, 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 11:30, I get a little container of 1% milk, a bun, some cookie or something little, or bun, and then this, little sealed 3 compartment tray with a couple little veggies, the turkey, or what was in there? Oh, broccoli. No, Brussels sprouts today. Stewed tomatoes, which I can't eat because of my stomach, and the macaroni and cheese. So I did really eat that. I tried the other two, but my palate is such as that. I'm a pretty picky eater. So I wonder how I got cancer. I don't eat radiated food. I eat organic food. I grow my gardens every summer with no fertilizers. Been going having colonoscopy since I was 28 because my mom had colon cancer that was caught early. And that brings up the other thing. I spent a small fortune on sending my tumor samples off to a place called Rosetta Genomics. They have a 90% rate of doing the DNA and RNA and telling you the tumor type. Well, I got it back, and it's the same as Dartmouth said, and the same as Dana-Farber said. 50-50. Could be colorectal or somewhere along the GI tract, and that's a pretty big area, so I guess I'll never know. That was my last hope. If I could have found out what type of cancer this was, we could have started treatment specifically for that cancer, and I may have been able to clear it, but there's obviously going to be no answers to the type of cancer I have. And that's why they call it carcinoma of unknown origin, I guess. Just hard. So, it's late at night. I guess I've been on now for 31 minutes. God bless you all out there. The ones that say, does anybody know how she's doing? It really touches my heart. So by doing this, which started off just being my desperate attempt to try to clear my head of death. I think the very first video I made, it was 44 seconds, and I was like, I don't want to die. It was hysterical, really. It was funny. And I've made them since, and I didn't think anybody was watching them, but obviously there are people out there watching them, and you care about me, and that really, really touches my heart. I thank you so much for caring about me, because sometimes I feel like nobody cares. Sorry, I'm not gonna cry. And it makes it a really big, scary world when you think nobody cares. It's hard. So I bless you all. I thank you all for caring about little old me who means nothing in this world. It's just a mess. I won't even get into the political arena. Things are crazy. It seems like the world's going to hell in a handbasket. So maybe it's a good time to check out. But I'm still not ready. I still want more time. Is anybody ready to die? I don't think so. Even though I know I'm going to my Father, my Maker. I'm not ready to go. Not yet. So I'm going to keep fighting. And you'll see, because, hopefully I will have somebody in my life. And even when I'm sick, I'm going to try to make videos so you guys know what it's like. I'm sure you probably would like to see me to the end. But I've been a lucky girl. I've been a strong person. I've been able to rise above a lot of things. I've been able to realize some of my dreams. I didn't have anybody to help me. I got a good education. I have a beautiful house. I have a decent car. I may be broke now, but I lived a good life. I've had a very nice life. So, I don't know. I'm grateful for everything that I've had. I would just be grateful if I could keep my life a little longer, but I guess it's not meant to be. I might see my gardens one more time this summer, but all you guys out there, thank you. You don't know how it warms my heart when I see little notes in the notifications. How is she? Does anybody know how she's doing? Are you out there? Tell me what's going on with you. It really makes my day, and I really, really appreciate it. And I'm sorry I've been far and few between the videos lately, but I've been really sick, and I vow that I'm going to try to do a video every week from now on, so you guys all know what's going on. And as I always say, fight, fight, fight. Keep the good fight up. You know, it's the only way you get anywhere. Squeaky wheel gets the oil. Let your presence be known in a good way. Care about the people around you. Love them. Don't take them for granted, because they may not always be there. Unfortunately, I have people in my life that really don't care if I'm here or not, so that's okay. But for you people out there, give your family a hug. Tell them you love them, because you never know. You never, never know. And we all know God's out there looking after us. But that's in the next life. It's not here. That's what I try to explain to my friend when she says, oh, you've got God watching over you. No, God and I don't meet up until I leave here. In the meantime, while I'm still living, I need some human comfort. And I hope that I get that soon. I really do. Because it's very hard. I'm going to go get my hair cut next week. It's grown out quite a bit. I know, aren't I silly? I go from serious too. But you've watched it over the last year go from short to long to this to that. So, it was nice talking to you guys. Now I've got to download this video. I'll let you know. I guess the next journey is going to go on to these immune therapy drugs that can make your immune system go kooky kook. But, hey, what the hell? What else do I have to do? I did go on some holistic medicine. And I got a little sick from taking colloidal silver. I got all my muscles got really stiff and really achy, like flu-like. So they told me to stop taking it. I've been using dandelion root oil. Now I'm not a marijuana smoker, but somebody said, if I can remember the name of it, CBD oil. It's inert. It doesn't make you high or anything, I guess. But supposedly the oil has a lot of good components in it, and it's been used to treat intractable seizures. You know, it's touted to go as far as to help cancer patients, maybe help take it into remission, but I have no idea how to get my hands on any of it. I would really, really love to get my hands on some and try to take that. Because at this point, as long as I don't kill myself, trying different things may be good, within reason. I'm not going to fly to the Philippines and have psychic surgery or anything like that. I won't go that far. I might fly to Australia if I can get that injection into the tumor. I would seriously consider doing that, but it would be a big scramble to come up with the money to fly to Australia. But I would do that. I would do that. I would let them stick a needle in my chest in that tumor and see if we could destroy it. That would just buy me more time, I have a little pain in my liver. I don't know. Might be something going on in my liver. I don't know. So, to all you out there, I say good night. Adieu. Au revoir. And, what is it? Carpe diem. Seize the day. Because it always could be your last one. And thank you for caring about me. Thank you. Total strangers out there that care what happened to me. It warms my heart. It really does. Thank you so much. And I will do a video next week. Cross my heart. Promise, okay? And I definitely will let you know what's going on with the PET scan. Okay? Love and peace. Keep up the hard work. Keep fighting if you're in my position. Don't ever give up. Don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle happens, right? That's what my sister always says. Oh, when I went to a Chinese restaurant, I was thinking of stopping the chemo. And what did my fortune cookie say? It's very easy. It doesn't take any guts to quit. So what does that mean? I shouldn't stop it? So I'll leave you with that to ponder. Have a good night. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.